Don't fight it. It's time to go up a size. This is the biggest.
This is the biggest.
Our biggest show.
The Hodaki Big Show. With Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Look, folks, I don't know what to tell you. First of all, it is Monday, the 24th of April, 2023. Second of all, you've got Keyzie here on the Big Show. We did a big video yesterday. Jace, he's coming back. He's feeling better. He spent the last couple of weeks nursing Mogi through his Ebola because it turns out Minogue had Ebola. Today, get a text from Jace first thing this morning. He's losing his voice. Seriously. There's a holiday for a week. He then got the flu of some sort. Just as he officially records a video saying he's coming back to work, starts to lose his voice, we say, you know what, rest it, because tomorrow's Anzac Day anyway, and then we'll be back in full force on Wednesday. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know if these guys are taking the piss and purposely making me and Pugs work extra hard, but what I do know is we're going to continue. Best bits from the Big Show. Wage Against the Machine at 4:30. Another chance to trade your way to Vegas later on too. In the meantime, text me 3483. Where are you? Are you working, or did you take the old 4-day holiday?
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Round on down, but a Ben Harper action. Monday afternoon on the Hodaki Big Show. No Jason Mike still. Mike is officially back Wednesday. In the meantime, Jace, who was all lined up to come in today, he's since started losing his voice. So it's best that he rests it, has tomorrow off for Anzac, and then we'll see him on Wednesday. And by God, he is in the negatives when it comes to his annual leave. But in the meantime, I've got Producer Pugs in here.
G'day, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. I'm all good. You, just like me, have been working through. So,
Yeah.
you know, and that's our job, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
Just quick side note. Thought I'd bring you in here early just because I got a wee bit of a bone to pick with you. And I don't often have bones to pick with you. You're pretty boneless.
Yeah, I've been called that before.
Yeah. I walked in today. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I played golf all day. It was fantastic with my mates there. Had a wee beer after golf. Shot my personal best, but let's not get into that. 95.
That sounds awesome, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm stoked for you as well. Like,
Yeah,
break
thanks,
the
mate.
100. I've heard you talk about that before.
Yeah, I've only broken it a couple of times. So, you know, I'm excited. I've just started. But walked in today, you immediately comment on my appearance. Oh, what? You got the skivvy and the collared shirt there. What are you doing? And I was like, I just played golf. You're like, oh, okay. Was there anything else off about my appearance?
No, look, I think there's generally a rule that, isn't there a rule that if you notice something on somebody's appearance and they can't fix it within 5 seconds or something, or 5 minutes or whatever it is, you generally don't comment.
What was the thing that was wrong with my appearance?
So that sort of thing I don't comment on, right?
Right, okay, well, we'll get to that.
The only thing that...
What was wrong with my appearance, folks?
if I can just... Your collar there, a lovely collared shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
And also, love the jumper.
Thank
it looks
you.
like quite warm but breathable.
Oh, it's merino, baby.
Oh, there you go.
Let's
That's
not get
exactly what it is.
sidetracked.
Oh,
Yeah.
There you go. Picked it. The collar just wasn't popped through, man. It just wasn't...
Was that all? Are you sure there wasn't anything else? Because I went to the toilet after that, and I saw your eyes make contact with my collar area, right?
Yeah.
And you said, what are you rocking? And I was like, oh, it must be. So I pulled it out a wee bit.
Yeah, because I thought it was like a hoodie that might have gotten caught up or like a weird...
Nah,
But it was just the collar just poking through there saying, hey,
yeah,
not all the way through.
I needed to pull the collar
Please
out.
pull me through.
Yeah. I then went to the toilet, right? Went to the urinal there.
Yeah.
Did my business. Pulled my pants up. Why not? I didn't have my pants down at the urinal. I'm not a lunatic.
No, you don't do little boys' wees.
Little
We haven't
boys'
talked
wees.
about that.
No. Went to wash my hands there. Look in the mirror. What do I see?
What?
Not only is my sweatshirt on back to front, it's also inside out. The tag was literally right at the front there where you were looking, and I thought you were so polite that you didn't mention it.
You know what? Now that you say that,
Yeah.
I did notice something
Like a
on the
little
front of
logo
the collar.
there.
That's right. And you know what? Golf attire is very sophisticated.
So you're just like, maybe I don't.
Not that, genuinely, I thought it was part of the attire. I thought it was like, okay, he's got like a sporting sweater on because he's got the little logo up the top in the middle. You know, sometimes they do that just to be cool.
Yeah. No, it was just a normal old tag on the literally backwards and inside out. And I went into a shop and bought some chicken before doing the show. And I thought you were just too polite to bring it up. So my whole thing here was like, are you the kind of person that if someone's got some salad in their teeth, you go, oh, bro, you got a bit of... Or if someone's got some food on their face, you go, oh, bro.
Yeah.
Get that bit of food off your face.
Why would I choose one thing here and not the other thing that's glaringly obvious?
I don't know. I just thought that you were the kind of guy that would just leave it be and let me go through the day embarrassed. What if I had a really big pimple on my face?
No, see, I wouldn't go for that because you can't help acne and things like that. You can't. I wouldn't go sort the pimple out on your face. Imagine
No, like a big ripe whitehead that just needs to be sorted.
You wouldn't. That's somebody's skin on their face.
Right, okay, yeah,
I wouldn't do that to you.
Okay, fair enough. What do you reckon, New Zealand? 3483. We've got BK on offer, so get involved. Are you the kind of person that will tell people if their sweatshirt's not only inside out and on backwards?
I thought you were going to bring up how uneven your moustache is today, so I'm glad you didn't do that.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Bit of rope there, Foo Fighters on the Hodaki Big Show. Keep those texts coming in on 3483. Are you the kind of person that would tell someone if they had some salad in their teeth? Got Producer Pugs in the studio still, and Pugs, not going to lie, mate, the last 2 weeks, every day in the studio, best bit for the Big Show, helping me get through this whole stage while Jason and Mike have been away with sickness and all sorts of things. Got another one for us today, man. What are we kicking off with?
Totally. I mean, fortunately, there's a hell of a well to pull from here. There's so many golden best bits, and you're holding down the fort, so I'm happy to do it. How was your weekend, by the way? It was a good weekend?
It was pretty uneventful, to be honest.
Yeah, cool. Similar things sort of happened with this best bit.
So Keyzie had a big weekend, no surprises there.
Yeah.
So you said you were outdoors a lot, Keyzie. Doing some
I used
outdoor
to have
stuff.
those. I used to have those as well. And you'd be the same, Joe. You go out on a Friday, you come home on a Sunday afternoon. You haven't had a wink of sleep, man.
If you're lucky.
Yeah. And then you're just trying to get yourself a good night's rest so you can get into work. So what were you up to, Keyzie, you mad dog?
Well, it was exactly like that. You fellas would have loved it. Obviously, Friday night, Christmas party here.
Oh, yeah, how did the Christmas party go?
Yeah, good. Dressed like a clown. I had a few, but not too many because I had a big weekend of getting outdoors.
Dressed like a clown.
Well, it was circus themed, wasn't it? So,
right.
I thought that was just another one of your... Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's not how I dress.
Well...
I had suspenders and a big red nose.
Variation on a theme.
Yeah.
Right. So that was Friday. Then I wanted to take it easy. So Saturday, straight outdoors, first thing in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Bit of shooting, bit of fishing.
Nah, not
killing.
Shooting. Nah, not hunting. Not really into hunting.
Fishing.
Yeah, no, I wasn't fishing. No, I don't know how to fish.
No.
Yeah, but
just a bit of mushy gathering.
Oh, you go and get some
Foraging.
some psychedelics there and just a bit of microdose.
Oh, it was competitive sports. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Beating your mates.
Cage fighting.
Off.
Nah, it was playing golf.
Come on.
Nah, yeah, I played golf
No.
with my father-in-law.
How did that go?
Oh, she was all go, fellas. Don't you worry about that. Couple of
Yeah, you're getting hammered. Did you do a can of hole, did you?
Nah, well, just because I'd already drunk the night before.
Oh, yeah.
Because you were saying off air that you usually a can of whole.
Yeah, back in the day.
Did you get blazed?
Yeah.
Oi.
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't. Had some scroggin though.
Oh, yeah. Hardcore, man. Hardcore.
Hey, but after that,
And what happened, though? Did you win?
nah, I lost.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Played terrible,
Yeah.
While you were steamed.
Yeah.
No, I was sober.
Yeah.
But after, though, went to a gig.
Oh,
gigging.
yeah, rock
You
it,
fellas
mate.
like gigging?
Yeah, rock and roll.
In the moshie there.
You're on the old,
to-dos.
the old few shots, was it?
Yeah. Nah,
Did you get the boys together, did you? You go with the boys.
Nah, I was sober.
Good fellas, pretty good.
Nah, I drove everyone.
Yeah. What gig was it?
Billy Joel. So good. Uptown
Did
Girl.
you go as like a joke, did you?
Yeah,
You just
right.
chuck cans of beer out of it, did you?
Yeah.
Nah, I really wanted to go. But hey, there was a
Did
fight.
you go with all the boys and that? Did you go with your mates?
It's a piss take.
Nah. My partner and her mum. But there was a fight though.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Give 'em the old big douche.
Yeah.
Good on you, mate. All
Okay,
those
yeah. No, I don't
middle-aged men and...
Yeah.
I didn't
Good
get involved.
douche.
I didn't get involved. It's a couple of old guys, but it was just a misunderstanding. It was more of an argument, really. But hell of a weekend, though, fellas. You know what I mean? Tell you what, it still sounds like a bloody good weekend. What, 4 months later? The Hodaki Big Show, every show we've ever done available wherever you get your podcasts from. Give it a search, and Wednesday, folks, will be back in full force, all right? I promise. Here's some Kings of Leon.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Talking Heads, and she was on the Hodaki Big Show, which will be back in full come Wednesday, folks. Keyzie here, by the way. Keep the text coming in on 3483. A few shout-outs now, where people are, if they're working or not, and what they're wearing, etc. Someone here feeding the calves in Northland. Jason Mike are as soft as butter. Couldn't agree more, mate. Hey, mate, work today. Office very quiet. Was beautiful. Seems the lads are scared to come back. Cheers, Adam. I agree. I think they are scared to come back. They've realised that Pugs and I have taken over the Hodaki Big Show, and that when they do return, you know, our listenership might fall off a wee bit because people are so used to our top-notch content. That is a real possibility. Great text here from the Haylux. Getting BK with the backbone. Megan Carson. Oh, shout out. By the way, a few texts coming in regarding the situation around me walking in today with my sweater on backwards and inside out. Producer Pugs choosing not to inform me of that and just let me walk around like a knob the whole day. Great text here, 3483. Who wears a sweatshirt? Well, I mean, someone who doesn't want to catch a chill. Rule of thumb, can the person change it in 5 seconds? If so, then you tell them. If not, it's probably something out of their control. Don't say anything. I think 5 seconds would be... it's probably 10 seconds for me to take it off, turn it back the right way, inside out, and then chuck it on again. And someone here says, when's Wage Against the Machine happening? Great question. It's literally happening in the next few minutes. So give us a call now on 0800 Hodaki if you'd like a chance to win some cash, and we'll rip into that soon on The Big Show.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Supergrass, all right, on the Hodaki Big Show, with the only member of the Big Show who is currently all right, Keyzie. Jason Mike, well, they were supposed to be back today. Mike's still a wee bit under the weather. Jace was healthy as and then started to lose his voice. So they're going to have today off, blah, 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 have Anzac Day off, blah, blah, blah. Be back Wednesday. But in the meantime, it's just gone 4:30, so you know what time it is.
It's time to wage against the machine.
Oh yeah, Wage Against the Machine. Your chance to win some cash with the easiest job you, my friend, will ever have. Jalen, you mad bastard, how's life?
G'day, mate. Good. How you going?
Yeah, not bad, Jalen. Where are you calling from, mate?
Just finishing up work, mate.
Oh, nice. And whereabouts in the country are you?
I'm just in Christchurch.
Oh, nice, mate, nice. Hey, have you ever listened to Wage Against the Machine, man? Do you know how it works?
Yes, I have, mate. Yeah. I have.
Cool. All right, well, you're going to hate this next 30 seconds when I explain it to you anyway. So, Jalen, basically, mate, you're going to hop in the machine there. It's going to start counting down hours, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. Your job is to yell, stop, nice and clear. I will pause the machine. And then however many hours you manage to stay in there, that is how many times you will get paid the hourly wage. Today's wage, $80, Jalen.
Oh, bloody good, mate.
Yeah, you've called through on a good day, man. 80 big ones. However, don't forget, if you don't say stop in time, the machine could sack your ass and you could walk away with absolutely nothing, all right?
Oh, yeah. No worries.
Jalen, just before we rip in, mate, are you much of a risk taker?
Yeah, I'll say so.
All right, fair enough. Well, good luck today, Jalen. Some serious cash could be made. Let's chuck you in the machine and see how we go.
Welcome to the machine.
1 hour. 2 hours. 3 hours. 4 hours. 5 hours.
Stop.
Oh, Jalen, 5 hours.
5 hours.
$400. How good's that?
Oh, how good, mate. How good.
That right there is a good way to start your week. Tell you what, though, Jalen, let's have a listen and see how much you could have got, all right?
Yeah.
Let's have a see here.
6 hours. 7 hours. 8 hours.
Oh, man, you got to be happy with that, mate. $400. You could have won $640, but you would have been a madman to push it. Jalen, you must be pleased.
No, mate, happy with that. 400's good.
Bloody ripper, mate. You hold the line. Producer Pugs will sort you out, all right?
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
No worries at all. Another person winning some cash, courtesy of Wage Against the Machine. Let's celebrate with a bit of Zeppelin, shall we? Houses of the Holy.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Bohemian Like You. The Hodaki Big Show this Monday afternoon with Keyzie and also producer Pugs. Jason Mike back Wednesday. I swear, I'm sick of telling people they'll be back soon, Pugs. But look, producer Pugs back in once again. Another best of moment from the Hodaki Big Show. Are we running out?
Nah. Nah.
That was a trick
This
question.
a bowler thing could go on for weeks and we'd be sweet ass.
Yeah, true. By the way, Mike's got a bowler.
Oh, yeah.
Jason's got SARS. Carry on. What best bit have you got for us now, Pugs?
This is a more recent one. Obviously, New Zealand was rocked by a cyclone a little bit earlier on in the year. And so Jason Mike wanted to let us know about their time as cyclone hunters.
Hey, now listen, speaking of the cyclones, a lot of people won't know this about Mogi and I. We used to be cyclone hunters, Keyzie.
That's right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we used to travel around the globe just, tracking cyclones.
Like tornado hunters, but for...
Yeah, but for cyclones. Oh,
Yeah.
we did tornadoes, whatever the sort of weather event was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we were pretty damn good at it too.
So they'd send you to find them.
No one would send us. It was off
us.
our own bat.
Yeah.
We were young and crazy.
Yeah,
and,
that's
we
right.
had that sense of adventure.
It was mano a mano. It was us versus Mother Nature.
Totally.
Well, that's not mano a mano, is it?
You don't know what mano means, Keyzie.
Does it mean man?
So we'd just go out there and we'd look for the most hardcore weather event. So it didn't matter to us whether it was a cyclone or a hurricane or a
Volcano?
That's not weather, Keyzie.
That's not weather. That's it.
It's like hunting out an earthquake, man.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Except you could find a volcano.
And also, so we just, whatever, hail sometimes. We'd look for some hail.
Totally, mate.
I remember we found some snow once on the side of the road. Remember that?
Yeah, that was full on.
Made a snow person.
Was it like
we did.
Not a
Blizzard
snow
or-
man.
And the thing you won't know about this, Keyzie, because a lot of people were going, well, how did you get around to all these events? We used to own a little biplane
Yeah.
that we bought second hand. And,
Right.
it was an old World War I plane, wasn't it, Minogi?
Yeah, it could land on water or on land.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It had
Yeah.
like floaty things on it.
And also wheels.
And,
Wow.
and wheels.
And
yeah.
who'd drive it?
Pardon?
Drive
Who'd
it.
pilot it?
Fly
Oh,
it, you
fly
goose.
it.
Sorry,
you bloody-
fly it.
God.
Who would fly it?
Me.
The pilot,
And who was me?
Captain Hoity J.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
I'd
yeah.
be riding bitch. I'd be pushed right in behind old Hoity J there.
Oh, he sure would be too. And I had my little flying goggles on. And
Oh, right.
my little flying scarf.
Mr. Biggles.
And we've often talked about the technique of loosey-goosey.
Oh, we have.
In terms
I
of...
used to go loosey-goosey while I was riding bitch.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it could be a bit distracting.
totally. It's when he wasn't loosey-goosey that things got a little bit out of control.
Right.
But we used to fly into the eye of storms and all sorts of
Oh,
things.
yeah.
And
You
then
know
what?
Because I
Oh.
just dare him.
Totally.
He goes, should I fly into the eye? Go on, I dare you. Oh, you didn't like getting dared, did you?
Nah.
Straight in the eye.
Yeah, straight
But
in
the
the
funny
eye,
thing
mate.
about the
Right up
eye-
centre.
The funny thing about when you go in something's eye, it's actually calm in there.
Oh, really?
Totally,
It's calm
man.
in the eye.
Yeah.
Right.
Calm in the eye. Calm in the eye. Yeah. Wasn't it? It was outside of the eye that things could get rough.
Oh, mate.
Right.
Inside the eye was dead calm. In fact, the difficulty that we had in the eye was keeping the plane afloat.
Yeah.
Because it's so calm, gravity just doesn't exist, and so
Yeah.
you just plummet.
Where? In the eye?
In the eye.
Oh, yeah, you drop in the eye there, yeah. And you'd find all sorts of stuff in there, eh? Like the eye.
Oh, yeah.
It's like it's like a Bermuda Triangle, the eye.
Oh, right.
I remember when you found your old TV remote control in there. You remember that?
Yeah.
Hey, that was out of it, man.
yeah.
In the
Out
calm
of
in the
it.
eye. Wow.
In the eye of the storm.
Yeah, that's amazing. And so once you've gone in there and you take photos, you document it
You put a flag in it.
in the eye.
In the eye, yeah.
Stick a flag in
Funny
its eye.
story, actually. We were talking about black dillies the other day.
Well-
we were in the eye once, and I got hit in the eye with a black dilly.
Oh, yeah.
That was in the eye.
But I thought it was calm in the eye.
Yeah, but it was dropping from the sky, Keyzie.
Because it was plummeting dilly.
Yeah, there was a plummeting black dilly.
And the-
Douche right in my eye because I wasn't wearing my goggles at that
And he
point.
had his window open.
And the window was open, yeah.
Right, okay.
Well, no, it's a biplane. We
It's-
didn't have windows.
Quite
but-
often open in a
Yeah,
biplane.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We've got some footage which we could probably put on our Insta, actually.
Oh, really?
Of
So who was
us
filming?
in the eye of the storm.
Yeah. He actually got a black eye.
What, in the eye, the calm of the eye?
Yeah, Hoity J got a black eye from the dilly.
From the dilly and the calm of the eye. Far out. How's your eye after
I
that?
tell you what, we've lived a life, eh, man?
Oh, yeah, totally we have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the biggest cyclone you ever found?
It was actually both eyes, to be honest. It was a big dilly.
Yeah.
Oh, double ender.
It wrapped around your head twice.
That story is so bizarre, it's almost unbelievable. The Hodaki Big Show, every show we've ever done available, wherever you get your podcasts from, give Hodaki Big Show a search. While you're doing that, enjoy Uncle Tom Petty, The Waiting on Radio Hodaki.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
It is almost 5 o'clock here on the Hodaki Big Show, folks. Coming up after 5, another chance for you to trade your way to Las Vegas to see the first ever Las Vegas Formula One Grand Prix. Thanks to our mates at Henry, the Sole Trader accounting app. Also, more best of moments courtesy of Producer Pugs. And we've got BK to give away still, folks. So keep those texts coming through on 3483. What are you up to today? And did you utilise the whole take Monday off and turn it into a 4-day weekend situation? Or are you like me and you're a backbone and you're working through?
The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Sure is the Hodaki Big Show this Friday afternoon. And yes, we posted a video last night, Jace saying that he was going to be here today after being sick all last week and that Mike has Ebola and that he's been nursing him through it. And then he woke up this morning and he started to lose his voice. So we enter week 3 of just Keyzie hosting the show with a bit of help from Pugs. But hey guys, tomorrow's Anzac Day. We'll get through that. Everyone has the day off anyway, including me and Pugs as well. And then Jason and Mike, they'll be back Wednesday. And hopefully normality will resume. In the meantime, more best of the big show, more BK to give away. So keep those texts coming in on 3483. And why don't we start the 5 hour with a bit of fizz? Give us a call now if you would like the chance to trade your way to Vegas. 0800 Hodaki is the number. It is a chance to go and see the first ever Las Vegas Grand Prix. 5 nights in Vegas, 2 in LA. You and a mate, courtesy of Hodaki and your mates at Henry. Remember, though, you have to trade something to get this prize. So have a think and give us a call. 0800 Hodaki. Here's some Radiohead.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
The Clash, London Calling on the Hodaki Big Show, Monday afternoon, the 24th of April as well. It's still Keyzie, no Jason, no Mike, and rumours are beginning to circulate that Producer Pugs has poisoned them so that he can get more airtime. Pugs, I mean, these are just rumours circulating on 3483, but, you know, do you have any comments on these rumours?
Are you trying to bring me down before we get to this next best bit?
I'm not making up rumours, mate.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going based on what people are texting through on 3483.
Oh, cool. Well, let him swirl, brother. Let him swirl.
All right. Well, what best bit have you got for us today?
Well, let's turn it around back on you, brother. Just after the school holidays, I thought we'd revisit a bit of a controversy within the big show around some comments made about teachers by one Chris Key.
So I was telling Keyzie about the school holidays, and mate, seriously, next level dissing of teachers.
How do you mean?
Who?
They are massive, soft with all their holidays. How many holidays do they need to have, you know? They're already always carrying on. We need more money. We need more money. We do so much stuff outside of school hours and blah, blah, blah. You know, and he was just laying into the backbone of the education system, you know, and I mean, I'm fond of Keyzie, particularly when he wears his little turtleneck there. But, mate, that was almost a step too far for me. I won't have him dissing teachers.
Well, the thing about it is, and you can almost understand it, because Keyzie hasn't got any kids yet. And I think it's one of those things where we almost have to come at it with a bit more of a mature attitude, just to take into account that Keyzie, when it comes to this subject matter, is a massive dirbrain.
Yeah.
And we just have to accept the fact that he's a dirbrain, baby him through his dirbrainness, and then once he gets to the point where he's got kids, you know, we can laugh at him.
And it's funny you should say that, because I was down in Tauranga not long ago and I bumped into one of old Keyzie's teachers.
Well, which one?
And he talked to me about what a dirbrain he was, and he said, but, you know, he said there was this little kid waddling around the schoolyard there and, you know, snot coming out his nose, often shat himself, but I was fond of him, you know what I mean? And I tried to turn him around. He was a bit of a hopeless cause, but so I was absolutely appalled at Keyzie.
I feel like
I don't feel like the New Zealand public, our listeners out there, will have a bar of that.
Oh no, absolutely, and I'm willing to forgive Keyzie because we need him to push the buttons. You know?
Yes,
We sort of need him here for that. I mean, we can work with him in that capacity, but I can loathe everything he stands for outsure of the show.
Sure.
And I do.
Yeah.
Especially the hating of teachers, Keyzie.
Well,
I mean,
I feel like I should...
bottom of the barrel stuff.
I feel like I should...
We're not finished here.
Well, it's been ages.
Finished now.
Okay. Yeah. What are you trying to say, Keyzie?
Well,
I mean, I don't really see a way back for you from this, to be honest. I mean, of all the professions,
and that's
you'll be having a go at nurses. You'll be having a go at nurses next.
Yeah.
Thank
you got something horrible to say about lawyers, do you?
Well, yeah, probably.
Politicians?
Yeah, but property developers. Yes, Keyzie?
First of all, I'd like to say, I don't remember saying this.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
This brings us back to the other point about you being constantly steamed.
Right.
You know, these things are connected. They don't happen in isolation, Keyzie.
Right.
Okay?
So I must have said all that stuff about teachers while I was steamed.
Listen,
is that something you believe?
What?
That teachers are, what were you saying?
Half-assed.
A joke, pathetic, waste of space.
But that's besides the point. I don't remember saying it to you.
Right. Yeah.
I just want to see if there's any teachers out there listening to the show right now on 3483 that actually want to come to their own defence.
I don't think they will.
You don't need to defend yourself from Mike and I.
And
we know
also,
what you do.
I think we need to create an opportunity for the teachers to be able to call on 0800 Hodaki.
Absolutely,
and
mate.
give Keyzie a piece of their mind, because we know Keysie's short a bit of a piece or two of his mind.
Yeah. For the record, I did not say I don't think those things about teachers. Teachers are the backbone of our society. They work bloody hard. Without them, where would we be? Nurses, on the other hand, pretty much polar opposite. The big show back and full from Wednesday. In the meantime, Cage the Elephant, come a little closer on your Monday evening.
The Hodaki Big Show Podcast.
The Smazapazzers, Smashing Pumpkins. Just realised that I can't just call them the Smazapazzers for those people that are like, what? Who the hell's that? It's just a cool way. Cool? Of saying the Smashing Pumpkins. It's the Hodaki Big Show this Monday afternoon. You got Keyzie here, Jason Mike back Wednesday, I swear. God, I swear it's been over 2 weeks now of me and producer Pugs holding the fort. And Pugs, I had a brainwave last night, mate. I brought you in here to run it by you.
Totally.
Let me know what you think. When you went to school, right? Primary school onwards. Primary, intermediate if you had that, and then high school.
Yep.
What was the one thing daily that you looked forward to the most?
Going home.
Going home, that's a great answer. Second best thing, surely lunchtime.
Yeah, lunchtime went hard, actually. Yeah,
Lunchtime.
And morning tea was good too.
Morning tea or
as a
interval.
close second. Yeah,
Exactly.
interval.
Yeah.
That's right.
So the way it worked at my high school was you have 2 periods in the morning there, you then have interval, another 2 periods, you have lunchtime, and then 1 period after lunch.
Okay.
Which would often get skipped by me and all my mates. I didn't need to add that, but why don't businesses, right,
Yeah.
bring back certain things from school? So, for example, 10 o'clock, they ring a bell and say, right, everyone outside, half an hour, go and play handball, go stand around the canteen.
Did you all bring your sun hats?
Yes, sun hats, anyone that didn't have their sun hat, you got to sit inside, sorry mate, under the shade.
Totally.
And then at 12 o'clock, ring the bell again, all right, everyone out for an hour, eat your lunch in the first 10 minutes, and then go and play, like my friends and I used to play touch rugby every day without fail. It was literally the best thing. I absolutely loved it. Or another group of mates, they always played basketball. Other mates just like to sit around in a circle talking shit, basically.
Totally.
Do you think that's a good idea?
I think it would create some problems.
Yeah, but...
Forcing people out of the office for an hour.
Well, it's better than forcing people into the office. No, well, if it's raining, obviously.
At one uniform time.
But it's just like, hey, everyone go out, socialise, hang out for an hour. Work starts again at 1 o'clock.
I like the idea of a forced break.
Yeah.
But I don't like the idea of somebody else choosing when that is.
Right, okay, because you're an adult and all that.
That's right. And, a lot of people these days in the modern working world, they've got appointments and things to go to or things that they need to do and use that time for an exact thing.
Well, that's where, they'd have to start adjusting their schedule accordingly. And the other thing, too, is if you do something bad at work, you bring it to detention. So if you missed an assignment at work, I don't know what people do with real jobs, but if you missed something, your manager goes, hey, you missed that thing, that's detention.
You ever have to go sit by the principal's office?
Oh, shit, yeah, all the time.
So imagine that, you go sit by your manager's office, you just have to sit at a little shame desk out the front there.
Actually, the thing with me is I used to get sent out of class for talking too much, and I'd just be sitting in the corridor outside class, and the dean would walk past and go, Keyzie. Actually, no one called me Keyzie.
Oh, Keyzie. Steamed again at school,
Yeah, the
we?
dean would go, classic Keyzie, steamed. What do you reckon, New Zealand? Do we bring back lunch breaks, intervals, force it on people, and also detention? 3483, let us know. We've got BK in office, so get stuck in. Also, I've got another idea, Pugs. I'll run it by you next, all right?
Great.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Aerosmith Sweet Emotion on the Hodaki Big Show. Monday afternoon with Keyzie and also Producer Pugs, who's come through from Studio B because I've had a brainwave that could improve the working lives of many, many New Zealanders. In fact, people all around the world. Pugs, you sort of liked the idea, although aspects of it you weren't a fan of. And the idea was, if you've just joined us, workplaces now have, at 10 o'clock, the bell rings and you have morning tea for half an hour, just like at school. You go out, you play handball, you have your lunch, hang out by the canteen, and then come back in at 10:30. And then at 12 o'clock, the bell rings again, hour-long lunch break. You eat your lunch real quick for the first 10 minutes and you go play touch rugby or whatever you want to do after that. Pugs, you still think it's an okay idea?
I still think it's an okay idea. Now, what I was saying in the last break was that I don't like that it's a forced at an exact time.
Right.
And let me just recognise that there are a lot of jobs out there that still have forced times on their breaks and they have to take it at a certain point. I just think, there's a lot of stuff that people like to do with their break, and time is a big factor there.
No,
the time of day.
That's fair enough. And I mean, look, this isn't going to suit every single business, right? It's just, I'm just picturing people in an office, and they're all basically on the same structure. And a lot of people take an hour lunch break anyway, or half an hour, whatever it might be. You just sync them all up. Everyone go hang out. Here's a ball. Go play basketball or something. I just think it's a good idea. If you liked that, Pugs, and I can tell you did. I've got an even better idea. You want to hear it?
Here we go.
All right.
Fire it off.
Once a year, actually stuff it twice a year, you do Athletics Day in the office. So it's like, hey guys, Athletics Day is coming up in a couple of weeks, just like at school. And then, maybe it's a Monday, you all head down to the local track and field area, you set up the cones and that, and you do a big Athletics Day, an overall leaderboard, and whoever gets the most stuff gets perks, gets an extra day of annual leave and stuff like that.
Now, here's where you'll lose me.
Right.
Is it mandatory?
Absolutely, just like school. Where's your PE gear? I forgot it. I don't care, you're still doing it.
For that reason, I'm out.
You're out?
I'm out.
So you weren't an Athletics Day kind of guy?
Let me ask you this. How did you go on Athletics Day, Keyzie?
You really well. I loved it.
Yeah, see? Exactly.
Yeah, right, okay. I mean, that's fair enough too. Well, I guess you won't like part two of the idea, which is swimming sports.
Oh my God, that's even worse.
So once a year, everyone has to gather at a local indoor pool facility. And remember, this is an office of accountants.
Oh my God.
For some reason,
Salespeople,
and you all have to compete. You have to do at least 3 races, Pugs. All right, so you need to figure out, do you want to do the butterfly or the breaststroke?
Yeah, totally.
Do you want to do the backstroke? Whatever it is, you got to do it all. Then whoever is the fastest has to compete in a relay. And then by the end of it, more days of annual leave and just things like that. I just think it's good team building.
Now, would you be watching the swimming sports?
Oh, everyone's watching, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So while 10 people are swimming, probably for the first time in years because no one really swims seriously anymore, you've got the whole other 100 people from the office sitting on the old grandstand there watching.
God, I would love that.
You'd love that?
Just everybody I work with and look at day to day, catching me in my...
Oh, your Speedos.
Speedos there. And
yeah, or One Piece. It's up to you, mate. What do you reckon?
There would be One Piece, that's for sure.
3483. Flick us a text. I'm going to be honest. Mixed reviews on the whole should we take a mandatory lunch break thing. But I've got a good feeling about Athletics Day and mandatory swimming sports as well.
I do not at all.
I tell you who would have loved it. Jim Morrison. And I can say that because he's been gone for over 50-something years now. The Doors, Roadhouse Blues. It is the Hodaki Big Show, which will be back to normal Wednesday, folks. I promise.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
It is almost 6 o'clock, Monday evening on the Hodaki Big Show with Keyzie. Coming up after 6, what's on the tally without Mike Minogue? Also, what's for Teen New Zealand, more best of the Big Show as well, and some bad news regarding the next Big Show on the road, Live OB, that was supposed to be happening in Auckland. But before we get to that, what are you having for tea tonight? Give us a text on 3483 and we'll be dishing out some BK vouchers.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Oh, yeah, Keyzie's here. What about the other two? No, just checked. They're not here. They haven't been here for over 2 weeks now. But guys, Wednesday, all right? Circle Wednesday in your calendar. And right, that's when Mike and Jace will be back from having a bowler. In the meantime, Producer Pugs in from Studio B. Pugs, of course, it's just gone 6. A lot of texts coming in on 3483 around what people are having for dinner, etc. But before we get to that, some bad news for Big Show listeners, especially Auckland-based ones.
It's tough.
It is tough.
I feel like I'm losing an arm.
Yeah.
We, unfortunately, with the guys being away with the Ebolos of Mike Minogue and the, SARS for Jace?
Oh, yeah, I don't know what they've got.
Things are just a little bit up the wazoo right now, and we don't feel like it's the right time to have this OB at Good George North Wharf, our good friends down there, 5 minutes away. So, it's not all over.
Right.
We're just going to postpone the date.
Probably for a couple of weeks, maybe 2 or 3, once
maybe
we're back
2 or 3 weeks,
up and running. Now, it was another leg of the Big Show on the road. We've had a few successful live shows with Taranaki, Hamilton, Masterton, down in Christchurch. There was a real highlight. So it was finally Auckland's chance, wasn't it?
Totally. That's what we were excited about. We'd been all over the show, and now it was sort of back at home base, celebrating here.
It was. It was going to go off down at North Wharf there. It's a great spot. Water views, all that. Big open brewery, Good George there. So we will push that back 2 or 3 weeks, depending on how things are shaping up here at Hodaki, and we'll rip into that soon. But in the meantime, a lot of texts coming in on 3483, what people are having for dinner. Shout out to Bazza, who's having his lunch sandwiches for dinner because he didn't eat his lunch.
Huh.
Yeah, that used to happen.
Opportunity there.
That used to happen to me all the time, actually.
Really?
At
It
school.
couldn't be me. I was having my lunch and then somebody else's.
I'd come home with my lunch that my mum made, and she'd be like, "Do you eat your Sammies?" I'd be like, "No." Well, she's like, "Well, you're not having dinner until you eat your Sammies."
Oh, damn.
Then I'd eat my Sammies
Little
begrudgingly.
pre-dinner.
Yeah.
Nice.
She did actually make nice Sammies, though. Shout out to Mum. Pugs, any text there take your fancy, mate?
Danny here in Uppers having homemade steak pie.
Yum, homemade pie.
It sounds pretty good.
I mean, I don't want to be the guy that does what Jason might do, but does she say there, I'm assuming it's a female, Danny?
I mean, I
have no
don't want
idea.
to assume.
No.
Danny may be short for Danielle or Danny or Danielle.
Or Daniel, that's right. But does Daniel say whether he's making his own pastry or is she just using short crust pastry from the Supo?
Danny did not specify.
Oh, you're joking.
But I would be on the I'd be on the supermarket pastry front if it were me.
Yeah, it's a lot of admin making your own pastry, trust me. Look, coming up next, more best of the Big Show, so do stick around. Keep those texts coming on 3483. We'll start dishing out some BK vouchers shortly, and just around the corner as well. What's on tally without Mike Minogue?
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
What's wrong with the Big Show at the moment? No one knows. But a Queens of the Stone Age there, and some humour mixed in too, because Keyzie's here. And,
nice, man. No, that's good.
Thanks, Producer Pugs. Look, it's been a big slog without Jason Mike, but we're getting through it, and I promise it'll be back to normal. Wednesday is the day we've circled in the calendar. Now, in the meantime, of course, Pugs has been in and out with best of moments. What have you got for us now, Pugs?
A classic Big Show invention yarn, mate. Now, this came from, I think Mike was having a pretty rough time over in Vietnam, and he had to kind of get his MacGyver on, if you will, and he invented the flashlight.
I'm enjoying the lighter evenings, my friend, as I walk to the car.
Yeah, as
you
am
know what
I.
I mean?
As am I.
Very pleasant.
It's a bit weird at home now. I'm having to close the curtain so I can watch my tally.
Yeah.
Feel a bit bad, having the lights streaming in and you're watching your tally.
Massively so.
But when you've got addictive television at the moment, like you and I, or all three of us are actually at the moment, watching House of Buzzies, House of the Dragon there. God, it's enthralling stuff, isn't it?
Oh, it's so good, man.
I was watching them last night, and there's somebody trying to sneak in. No spoilers here, but there's somebody trying to sneak into the old castle.
Yeah.
And one of the guards there is holding up his lantern to his face, you see there, and he's trying to see. And that just reminded me of when you and I invented the flashlight.
Totally, man.
I remember when we were in Nam. And they only gave us the similar lamps. And the trouble with those lamps, Keyzie, is they only sort of go at arm's length, and they offer a 360-degree directional light. So essentially all you were doing is saying to the Viet Cong or Charlie,
hello, here I am.
Here I am, shoot me.
Yeah.
And so we just wanted to sort of, because there's a lot of downtime as well, Keyzie, when you're in the foxholes.
Right.
We just wanted to come up with a plan, like, there's got to be a better way to direct this light.
Totally, man.
And so we sort of sat around and, once you get focused on something, when you've been smoking heaps and heaps of weed, as we were.
And the gunja was so good.
So good.
Moist as the buds.
You could sort of, you could really apply yourself to it and sort of come up with a plan. And so, yeah, that's what we ultimately did. And sort of over the space of 7 to 14 days, maybe it might have been, we went from having a prototype to selling millions off the production line.
Right.
There in, where were we there? Hanoi.
Yeah. And the funny thing was, because at that point, before we made that invention, we didn't really care about anything, did we?
No.
You know what I mean? It was like
we cared about weed,
yes,
and heroin.
Yeah, totally. Just hanging out in the bush there, and then all of a sudden we were like millionaires.
Yeah,
right.
And it's like suddenly we had a reason to live, didn't we?
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was like, oh God, I don't want to die now that I've just made millions of dollars coming up with this great invention.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And so you went from a handheld gas lantern to like a battery-powered torch.
Battery-powered. Now, initially it was we actually when we first started making them, we were a bit of a laughing stock, weren't we? Because we were calling them torches, but the other guys were more like a flashlight because the batteries were so bad and the bulbs were so bad, you'd only get a flash of light, so they were pretty useless.
Right.
We sort of worked on that for a couple of days there and ironed it out, and then it was like, oh yeah, who's laughing now?
Right.
And Keyzie, it was me and Jace that were laughing.
Oh,
because we made millions of
You
dollars.
guys.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say the others.
We were literally laughing.
And it was quite funny actually, because the dickheads that were giving us grief about being dickheads, when we were making the lamplight stuff. Well, all of a sudden the table was turned and we were shining the light on them for the Viet Cong to pluck off from their sniper position. It was like, who's laughing now, SOB?
Yeah, we had some good little practical jokes that we played on them. Coming home in a body bag, Johnny! And they did a lot of them.
Yeah.
So you guys were in Nam.
Yeah. Vietnam.
Yeah, but like, Nam.
I don't think you want to take the piss out of it.
I'm not taking the piss out of it.
There's nothing humorous about
funny
war.
about it, man.
No, I know.
War is not a laughing matter, mate. People died.
I would never laugh at that.
People died.
You guys were on heroin, you just said.
Yeah, well, you got to get through it somehow, man. I tell you what, a lot gets said about the Vietnamese, Charlie as we called him, Viet Cong. Every single one of them, good bastards.
Oh, total good bastards, man.
Yeah, to a man.
Yeah. Really good bastards.
Right.
Because he got married there in the end too, didn't he? Yeah.
A few times.
Yeah. Same here, actually.
They love a torch.
Yeah.
It's just that the war ended in 1975.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, well, that's what they'd have you believe, Keyzie.
Wait, is it still going?
Does war ever end, Keyzie?
Well, I've been to Vietnam,
You know what I'm saying? I don't know that war ever really ends.
Right.
Human beings being
That's
the way
dead,
that they are.
What is it good for?
Totally, man.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
So,
God, that's right. Jeez. I tell you what, though, we've got plenty coming up after 5 o'clock, by the way.
any heroin?
Oh, nah.
By the way, just a little tip. If Jace says we've got plenty coming up after 5 o'clock, it means he can't remember what we've got coming up after 5 o'clock. The Big Show will be back to normal on Wednesday, folks. In the meantime, Producer Pugs has got all sorts of best of potties going up daily. So give Hodaki Big Show a search wherever you get your podcasts from.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Champagne Supernova. Oasis on the Hodaki Big Show this Monday evening. But right now it's time for...
What's on the telly with Mike Minogue.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Sorry, mate. Teed you up there.
You're getting me back for
Yeah, I
the
did.
sweatshirt thing earlier in the day, huh?
Sorry, now let's do it. Yeah.
Sounds so dumb right now.
I can do it solo. I don't even care. That's how big my self-esteem is. Big? That doesn't make sense. But Pugs, what's on tally without Mike Minogue? Look, you've had the whole weekend to watch stuff. If you were to select one thing you'd like to talk about, what would it be?
One that I haven't talked about yet.
Yep, that makes sense.
Thanks. Barry. You ever watch Barry on Neon?
Okay, now Barry, is that the chap from Saturday Night Live? It's very funny.
The chap
What's
from
his
Saturday
name?
Night Live. His name is Bill Hader.
Bill Hader, who's brilliant. And does he play like an assassin?
He plays a hitman. Bill Hader plays a hitman who moves to LA to take out he doesn't move there to take out a target, but he's in LA to take out a target that's in an acting class.
Right.
And by chance, he ends up participating in the acting class.
Right.
In the effort to find the target. And ends up wanting to become an actor.
And leave the hitman life
and
behind.
leave the hitman life behind.
Right, and it's a good watch.
It's excellent. It's really genuinely funny. Bill Hader's an absolute legend. You've probably seen him on Saturday Night Live, and he's a legend there too. Fantastic. Absolutely worth a watch. Kind of dark.
Yeah,
dark
it's a dark
humor.
comedy.
And it gets way darker in the latest season. I won't say why because it would spoil it for new watchers, but it's worth a look.
And it's on Neon, you said, eh?
It is on Neon, yeah. How about yourself?
The thing about Bill Hader, just quick, is that he's the kind of guy that when he pops up in a movie, like let's say it's Superbad,
yes,
and he pops up as one of the policemen, you always go, oh, I love Bill Hader. He's really
Bill
funny.
Hader, yeah, hard out.
And so this is a show just full of him.
It's full of him, man, and
good.
He's incredible. He gets real dark. You see a real dark side of him.
Right, okay. What did I watch last night? Well, obviously I watched the 6 games of NRL that have been on over the weekend. I then had to sit through a couple of games of netball that my wife loves watching, ANZ Premiership. The only other thing we watched outside of sport was a show called Travel Guides. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen that, man.
Okay, so Travel Guides is...
Yeah, no, sorry, don't look at me. You continue. Yeah.
Okay, it's on TVNZ Plus. There's 5 or 6 different groups of people. There's like an older couple. There's like 3 young guys. There's twin sisters who are 30, and there's all these demographics, and they put them on the same holiday, and they review the holiday. And so you get the young guy's opinion of it, and then you get the older couple. And the holiday that they went on was an RV trip through the southern states of America.
Right.
Eating a lot of fried chicken, doing Mardi Gras, and all sorts of stuff like that. A lot of learning, obviously a lot of slavery and stuff down there too. So it was very interesting.
Yeah.
And it's just a really interesting show that sort of talks you through different holiday destinations that I can sit there and watch, and my missus won't get bored with it.
Now, do they all go on the holiday at different times? So obviously, not together.
Separate.
Yeah, totally. But does it play out their whole experience? Or does it cut between them?
Oh, it cuts between them all,
okay,
yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, that's, you know what? Yeah, okay. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah. And so I'd recommend it. Travel Guides, TVNZ Plus. If there's anywhere you're looking to go, watch the episode there. You get a good perspective on it. There you go. That's what's on telly without Mike Minogue.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
That is the big show, done and dusted for another Monday, folks. Monday the 24th of April. God, where's 2023 going? Sorry, that was a real tedious chat, Pugs. Producer Pugs in with me, by the way, mate. The reason I've brought you through is I've just realised you've been the last 2 and a bit weeks making special best of the podcast outro potties that are going up daily, and I was like, why don't we plug it on the show, you know?
That's such a good idea, man.
It really is
a good idea. I've been doing them every day for the last 2 weeks. Lots of best of the outro. Some of them are compilations of random stuff. Some of them have certain themes. For example, tonight I figure if Mike is back on Wednesday, I'm hoping Jace as well, we'll see at this stage, but I figure this will probably be the last one.
Right.
So I've made it the Filth Special Part 2.
Wow, there was so much filth, you had to make a Part 2.
There literally was so much filth, I could make 2 outro podcasts out of it, yeah. And we had Part 1 maybe a couple of weeks ago. You can check that out wherever you get your podcasts, iHeartRadio. But tonight, same time as the Show Highlights podcast, that one will come out as well.
There you go, check it out, give it a search, Hodaki Big Show. In the meantime, it's time for us to get the hell out of here. We won't be in Anzac tomorrow, but you will have back-to-back Australia and New Zealand tunes starting from 6 a.m, so that's Bloody Ripper, and then fingers crossed Wednesday, all back on deck. 100% locked in, Mike Minogue will be back. Jace, I'd say he's about 80% considering he lost his voice, so hopefully that comes back soon. Up next, though, Greg Prepple with one hell of a stacked playlist, Smashing Pumpkins, Blink-182, White Stripes, Motley Crue. If you need him, give him a text, 3483. See you later.